students, in this video we will learn another combinational logic circuit, and that is a multiplexer. A multiplexer is a circuit which has more than one inputs but it has only one output. Let's imagine this box as a multiplexer. Let us first try to understand the function of a multiplexer. So it has more than one inputs. Let's denote them by starting with I0 and going up to n minus 1. So these are n inputs, I0 to in minus 1, and the multiplexer has only one output which is denoted by y. The function of this multiplexer is to connect only one input at a time to the output. So let us imagine that there is a possibility of such a connection using a simple rotator. So this is a rotator which can switch its position between the multiple inputs. So at any given instant it can be either connected to I0 or it may be connected to an intermediate input. Let's call this intermediate input as II. So the output Y can be connected to this, or there is a possibility that it can be connected to the last nth input denoted by I minus 1. Now how do we realize this rotator? Who decides at what position will the rotator be so as to connect the input line to the output Y? And this can be done with the help of what are called as select lines. So the select lines typically are denoted by S. We might require more than one select line depending upon the number of input lines. So the select lines will start from S0, and in general they would go up to Sm minus 1. So these are M select lines. Now how many select lines would be required to choose one of the inputs at any given time? This can be decided by a relation which is the number of select lines, which is M, can be obtained from the number of input lines by taking the logarithm of that number to the base 2. So M is the number of select lines is equal to the log of the number of input lines to the base 2. So with this relation we can decide how many select lines will be required to select the input lines. So to summarize in general, a multiplexer is a device which has a number of input lines. These are also called as data lines in some references, and these are typically n input lines. We would have only one output line. So there is only one output line, and select lines which are denoted by M are derived using this particular relation. So with this identity of the multiplexer, that is n input lines and one output line, every multiplexer is referred as n is to 1. So this n can vary depending upon the size of the multiplexer or the size number of input lines. However, in this nomenclature there is no mention of the select lines because the select lines can be obtained from this particular relation, so they are not explicitly mentioned over here. However, n is to 1 refers that this is a multiplexer with n input lines and one output line. Now let us study a basic multiplexer. There can be number of multiplexers: 2 is to 1, 4 is to 1, 8 is to 1, 16 is to 1, 32 is to 1, that is 32 input lines and one output line. But let us start with the first one, that is 2 is to 1, to understand what is there in this particular box. What combination logic goes into this to implement this particular selection line in terms of the rotator. So let us quickly draw the schematic of a 2:1 multiplexer. So a 2:1 multiplexer will have two input lines, I0 and I1, one output line which is Y, and by the relation which we have just seen, if there are two input lines, the number of select lines is log of n to the base 2, that is log of 2 to the base 2, and therefore it is 1. So we would require only one select line. Let's call this simply as S. Now, how does S suffice to select one of the line? Because S can take two possible combinations. If S is 0, then we can select one of the line. If S is 1, we can select the other line. So now let us fix which combination will select which line. So for that, we'll write the truth table. So if the select line is a 0, then let us assume that the output Y is equal to I0. That means the I0 line will be connected in case of S being a 0. However, if S is 1, then output will be equal to I1. So in the other case, when S is 1, in that case I1 will be selected and connected to output Y. Having obtained this particular table, how can we implement this using basic gates? So we must write first the SOP of the output Y, and that can be written very easily because Y is to be expressed in terms of I0 and S now. These are the two inputs to output Y. So Y can be written as, if we look at the first entry in the table, Y is equal to I0 for S0. Because S is 0, let's take this as S bar dot I0 plus the second entry is, if S is 1, Y is I1. So S is 1, hence as it is S dot I1. Now let us check if this is doing the desired function. So if S is 0, then this output Y will be equal to, because S is 0, S bar will be a 1 dot I0 plus S is 0, so this is 0 dot I1, in which case this AND will be a 0 and this will be equal to I0, that is Y will be equal to I0, which is what is expected. If S is 1, then Y will be equal to 0 dot I0 plus S is 1, so here now it will be a 1 dot I1, and in this case this term will become a 0 and this will be equal to I1. So over here Y will be equal to I1 for S is equal to 1. So with this SOP, we can obtain the multiplexing of I1 and I0 on the output line, which is Y. Let us quickly implement this. So we have the select line S. I am just naming them on both the sides. We have the I0 line. Okay. The first is S bar dot I0. So we take S bar and AND it with I0. The second term is S dot I1. So we take S as it is, and then we have the I1 input. Both these are ANDed, and these both terms are to be odd. So we connect them to an OR gate, and this gives us the output Y. Now you can see that we have implemented this expression for output y, and if we put this as a block, this is what goes into this 2:1 multiplexer to obtain a multiplexing of I0, I1 inputs on the output line y. So this is a simple implementation of a 2:1 multiplexer. Thank you.